give you the latest on the snow that we're currently seeing all across the Piedmont Triad. As this radar starts to come up here, you'll be able to see a better picture right now. You can see most of us, again, starting out with that cold rainfall, but more and more of us starting to see a little bit more of that icy mix across the area. Of course, wearing my hat was just out there, of course, with the snow coming down kind of in waves. You'd see some more big flakes and then it kind of let up a little bit, but right now it's coming down pretty steady across the area. Whether or not it sticks is going to depend on if those ground temperatures will continue to plummet into around the lower 30s. So right now we are seeing that snowfall across the area. Again, also toward Winston-Salem, where you see that purple is where we are seeing the snowfall. Again, mainly just rainfall south of Guilford County as well as into Lexington and Asheboro and also toward Troy too. But we are seeing those big flakes, and it's due to the temperatures that have continued to fall here over the last couple of hours. We started out with just plain old cold rain earlier on this morning, and with temperatures that have continued to fall with a very, very cold atmosphere aloft, mixing all the way to the surface, getting that cold air down, we've been able to see more and more flakes so far for the day today. So it's exciting. I'm very happy. I'm hoping get at least a little bit of some sticking. There has been some reports over toward Eden as well as in Reedsville and especially towards Stokes and in Surrey counties. I have yet to see any sticking in Guilford County yet, but we still have a couple more hours that we're going to continue to track. This winter weather advisory is in effect until tomorrow morning. Tonight, some of the wet roads could refreeze, so you're going to want to be careful into tomorrow morning. Black ice is going to be something that you'll have to be cautious for while out on the roadways. It's not just northern parts here of the state itself, it's also well into portions here of Virginia too, where they also have that winter weather advisory and also the winter storm warning across the region too. So let's see who all so far has given some reports of snow. I know for a fact a lot of these actually haven't populated yet on the map. A lot of people here in the Triad, including myself, have seen snow so far at the WFMY Weather Garden. So with that being said, I'm actually going to pull up my screen. It may look confusing at first, but I want to go to our chief meteorologist's Facebook page and kind of show you what we've been seeing from you viewers at home. This one right here is a video from our chief in northern parts of Greensboro, where he's seeing pretty heavy snowfall. This was about an hour ago. And I'm going to go to sort of some of your comments too. This was along the Virginia line over in Eden, and I'm going to take myself off the screen so you can get a full kind of glance. Really starting to stick, especially in northern parts of the Piedmont as we speak. Caswell County, this was about 39 minutes ago. I'll take it full screen so you can get a better idea. Really big flakes continuing to come down. What a nice view. It is beautiful across the area. Whether or not it's going to stick again, sure bet is definitely going to be along elevated surfaces and also in those grassy spots too. Snowing in Stoneville too. Eden, this is right near the Virginia line. Again, you're starting to see that kind of accumulation on some of those elevated spots as well as on the grassy areas too. Seeing that snow also Reedsville and Eden. Snowing in Stokesdale, not sting quite yet. Again, ground temperatures have to continue to cool off over the next little bit. So I'll continue to show you what else we're seeing too. I'll have to see exactly where this one was. Not quite sure, but certainly in our viewing area, likely in one of the northernmost counties. High Towers, continuing to see that snowfall too. Snowing there in Clover Garden. Thank you all, by the way, for these photos. Yanceyville, North Carolina, too, starting to get some sticking, too. It is a winter wonderland for some of us here in the northern parts of the Piedmont Pelham. Also seeing some snow, again, mainly on grassy surfaces right now. But, you know, snow is snow, and I'm excited to see it. With that being said, I'm going to head on over to my graphics, if I can pull this back up. Let's see. Oop. There we go. Winds coming out of the northeast, very cold, around 15 miles per hour. A little bit of raindrops still on the camera. We're going to have a little bit of that mixing here over the next little bit, but take a look at this. High point right now, lots of snowfall across the area. I am happy to see it. Low to mid 30s too across the region. Winston-Salem is currently down, but that's okay. They're seeing some snow currently too. Blowing Rock is just an absolute winter wonderland. It is beautiful. Take a look at this. Wow. Already seeing several inches of snow over toward the mountains, and especially into Virginia too, where some amounts have been exceeding 4 inches already. So craziness. But again, we're hoping to see a little bit more sticking here over the next couple of hours. Downtown Boone, a very similar story too. 32 degrees. This is along King Street. It is really coming down over for our friends in the mountains again, and this has been a kind of a result of temperatures that have started to fall over the last couple of hours into the lower 30s, allowing for that snow to make it all the way down to the surface. So tonight, too, we're going to be in the mid to low 20s. I do want to make you wary of that. It's going to be a very cold night ahead following this system. We do have that weather impact alert lasting until 4 o'clock for the day today due to that snow mix and those snow showers currently lasting into the afternoon, too. Make sure you're watching for slick spots, not only this afternoon, but also into early tomorrow morning with that black ice possibility. A current look at current conditions across the area. I'm bringing myself back up here. We're going to be in the low to mid 30s, 34 currently with those flurries in Greensboro and also toward Danville, 32 right at freezing, 31 in Jefferson, 32 in Boone, 38 though, well above freezing over in Asheboro as well as in Lexington. We're going to continue to cool off though these next couple of hours. Take a look at this. This is our forecast planner for the afternoon. Upper 20s and lower 30s by the time we hit 7 o'clock. Rain and snow mix is going to continue for the next several hours. Make sure you continue to watch for slick spots, especially out on the road. So what exactly is causing this? Well, we have this cold front moving through, bringing in that cold air as well as the moisture. What makes this different from last week's system? I'm glad you asked. Well, last week we actually had moisture move in before the cold air could set into place across the area. Without the cold air, it's just regular old rain, and we didn't get those temperatures down in time. Today, we had the cold air arrive with the moisture in this front, and that is why we're able to see these huge flakes all across the area. Futurecast, again, I'm expecting this to last into the early afternoon. Again, by around 3 or 4 o'clock, that's when it's really going to be starting to clear out, maybe an isolated shower or flurry into later on tonight. By then, we're going to be kind of cooling out and also dropping into the lower 20s. Going to be a very cold night ahead of us, to say the least. In terms of models, this is what kind of we've been keeping an eye on over the last several days. Just over the weekend when I was at work, I actually noticed, you'll see the screen in front of you, the GFS actually was the only model that had substantial snowfall across the area. And just within the last 48 hours or so, the other models have started to pick up something. So that was kind of showing me a little bit more consistency to go ahead and dive into this kind of alert and give you that heads up ahead of time with the snowfall moving in. One of our models, the European models, wants to give us up to around an inch, between half an inch to an inch. I think this is a little bit more reasonable than some other ones that actually had, 1 to 2 inches. I think that might be a little bit excessive for our area. Certainly locally higher amounts are going to be possible if there's a burst of snow. This is another model wanting to show us at around 0.7 inches snow potential. This is another global model. This one is the one I think has kind of been overdoing it a little bit over the last couple of days. So in regards to amounts, most of us in that trace up to an inch kind of shading right there that you see in the white. It's mainly going to be on the grass and in elevated surfaces, but nonetheless, it's still pretty and it's a really nice sight for sore eyes, especially in early December, right? But the better possibility of the snow, obviously going to be for northernmost counties, especially as they're already seeing it stick in parts of Rockingham, Stoke, Surrey, especially in Allegheny, and also in Wilkes. The more north you go into Virginia, obviously the better chance that you're going to continue to see that snowfall kind of come down also in higher amounts. But it's nice to see for sure. So we really have over the next couple of hours continuing until early this afternoon before those chances really start to taper off. So make sure you're sending in those videos and those photos too. Here's one look also at your last 7-day forecast before I let you guys go. We're going to be in the upper 30s for highs today, and that is at best. We're really going to be continuing to cool off this afternoon. Could see some black ice Tuesday morning, so make sure you're being extra careful. High is going to be in the lower 40s. Warming back up on Wednesday. We'll be back in the lower 50s.